Max Reinhardt's Midsummer Night's Dream is a kind of sleeper classic, appreciated much more over time than it was at the time. It's only the second talkie Shakespeare ever made. Talking movies are only 8 years old when this was made. If it seems low tech to you, the big high tech thing is that they're talking, and it's in fact I'll tell you later. If you do Unit 2B, you will find out that this is the first native talkie ever done. The first one where they were always planning it to be a talkie. It is in glorious black and white. And I mean that distinctly. Black and white is not simply a substitute for color. It is not simply a failure to be in color. It is a particular technology that creates certain limits and certain opportunities. When you're working in black and white film, everything is about light and shadow. And Reinhardt, who's a very experienced theater director who dabbles in film, is really getting everything he can out of the shadows. There are a lot of different productions of Midsummer Night's Dream, as you will see from our syllabus. This is the most moonlit of Midsummer Night's Dreams. This is the one that is most committed to the idea that it's nighttime, that the rules at nighttime are different. This movie was produced. It cost $1.5 million to make. That's $1.5 million Depression dollars, 1935 dollars. A massive soundstage was produced in Los Angeles. I think they brought in living trees. They actually had done. Reinhardt had directed a live performance and the Hollywood Bowl of this play the year before. It had been a big hit, and they had used live trees for that. And he brings over a couple of cast members, including Olivia de Havilland, who's getting her film debut here tonight and who is doing very well in black and white. It didn't make a lot of money at the box office. It kind of couldn't make enough money to make back everything that was invested in it. It kind of languished for a while, but now on kind of cable with DVDs, it's kind of gotten to be kind of like, oh, that's a great movie. That's a really good movie. Film enthusiasts, the cineasts, really like this one. I'd also say I would encourage you to look at the black and white choices that are happening. Look at how Reiner is using light and especially shadow. If the effects seem low tech to you, they're 1935 special effects, and a lot of the magic twinkling you're seeing is super low tech. They're using cellophane. They're being extremely ingenious using cellophane to make things twinkle and look moonlight and twinkly and fairy twinkly. Like all movies of Midsummer Night's Dream, this has to deal with some basic decisions about the play that you have to make and that Shakespeare won't give you a strict guide for to in order to film this thing. First of all, like, how are you going to divide up how are you going to portray the three different distinct worlds of this play? Shakespeare's plays famously has a kind of daytime world of the Athenians and the lovers, the nighttime world of the fairies who operate very differently under different logic, and the world of the clowns, the mechanicals, our poor hard working working class guys who are trying to put on a play and don't really have any experience doing that, don't really know how theater works. One decision, what do you do with the play within a play within? How do you film that? It's originally a kind of coup of meta theater about theater. Oh, we're doing a play and there's a play within a play that isn't going very well. It makes us think about how theater works fundamentally. How do you stage that? How do you decide what the balance is between the lovers? We have two female romantic leads, Hermia and Helena. Which one's more interesting? Some people say Helena is more interesting. The one who's not getting the boy becomes more interesting. This film puts a lot of its chips down on Hermia, the superficially less interesting one, who's played by Olivia de Havilland, beginning a long, glorious film career, and who looks really good in black and white. She may not be to your taste. She is to a lot of people's taste, but she's a good-looking, dark-eyed brunette, and this film loves that. The blonde Jean Muir, talented actress, is going to be blown out of the water. I think we know why Demetrius prefers the brunette, because this play is all about darkness. There's also there's also the question. This is also an ensemble piece. Who is the lead is a question that is about directorial emphasis and casting. There is no lead part in Midsummer Night's Dream. It's an ensemble piece. Who is the biggest? Who's central to the production? That differs from film to film and staging to staging through lots of ways. So these are all questions to ask when you compare this play to at least one of this film to at least one other film. Reinhardt's using Hollywood has gone full Hollywood. It's Hollywood stars everywhere. Whether they have experience speaking Shakespeare or not, emphasis on not. The biggest star by far is James Cagney as Bottom. Bottom is one of the best parts here, the great clown part, the person who thinks he's the world's greatest actor and really is not. Cagney is a huge star. He is. You can see him on Turner Classic Movies every damn day. He basically plays tough guys, and he plays gangsters and very hard-nosed cops. He's in a lot of those tough guy Warner Brothers movies. But he's an incredibly versatile actor, as you see here, and he does a lot of good work with Bottom here in a very detailed, realist way. The mechanicals, the clowns, are in period costume, but they're very much, and Shakespeare kind of approved of this, they're very much men of the time their audience are in. They're regular guys, regular people. There's a kind of social realism there. Uh, what else is happening? Oh yeah, like we also use the child star Mickey Rooney as Puck with varying success at various points. If he's not being coached in how to say the lines, Reinhardt can't coach him. Reinhardt, when he makes this movie, doesn't speak English. Not the last time we'll have a non-native speaking director directing a film. If you see a co-director credit for someone named Dieterle, that is Reinhardt's interpreter and collaborator. There's a huge emphasis on music here. You hear Mendelssohn's score from the 1800s, originally written for stage performances of Midsummer's Dream. This movie's so long they actually have to pad out Mendelssohn's music. You may hear the famous Wedding March. Da, 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 da. Yeah, that's Mendelssohn's music. That's from A Midsummer Night's Dream originally. Gifts Shakespeare has given us. Also say, there's one last thing. One last thing here, and I will add that this movie was banned in Nazi Germany for so many reasons. First of all, they're Nazis, and their taste of art is super suspect. Reinhardt is Jewish. He's an Austrian-speaking person. He's not yet a refugee from Europe when he makes this movie, but he's gonna be. They took his house. They took his castle. Do you ever see a Sound of Music? That castle. That's Reinhardt's house, man. That's the externals of it, where the Von Trapp family, the imaginary Von Trapp, the film's version of the real Von Trapp family lives. The Nazis also hate Mendelssohn because he's Jewish. Did Mendelssohn convert to Christianity? Yes, he did. But the Nazis are both anti-Semitic and racist, and they also they hate the music arranger too, also Jewish. So here we have glorious black and white, lots of very sophisticated film choices, and banned by the Nazis. What could be better?